Another video on segmenting ovals, because I know that I'm going to end up doing this because it's a way of keeping the weight down, doing bigger things. You know, just put another ring on, turn it, put another ring on, turn it. You've always got the least amount of weight as possible on the chuck, and as it's offset, you know, that's got to be good. So here's the full. In my last video I didn't draw the full thing so that you could see the segment, so I've drawn it here, and this is for something that I'm planning to make. It's a 120 by 80 box, which will comprise of a base, 3 rings, and a top, maybe 4 rings. So you can see that you end up with 8 segments with 15 degrees angle, so 7.5 degrees on each end, and 6 40-degree segments, so 20 degrees, that's the included angle, 20 degrees segmenting angle. And if you add those up, that's 60, that's 120, 120, so that's 360 degrees, so that makes sense. Then I thought, well, the trouble is with this, that when you stack them up, these lines are always going to line up, so you're going to get straight lines in the joins, which in segmented I think they try and avoid, because if it's a circle you can just rotate it a bit and get an effect, and you can't do that with this. So I've got a couple of solutions. The first one is this. Let's get that in view. If I route slots in the sides and the top and bottom, or just the sides, either way, top and bottom, or the sides of each segment, I can route them at a depth that it makes a square hole, and then you can just cut a square rod, and it's like a key, and it just breaks that line up. And also by alternating, so if I made every other one a lighter wood, and every other one the same wood as this wood, the wood that the whole thing's made out of, it will create a spirals around. And of course they don't have to be square. I could use a 90-degree cutter, a V cutter, and turn the square into a diamond, so you could have diamond patterns, or you could use a round cutter and put dowels, so you've got a circular way of breaking it up. So there's some things you can do like that, and you could do that on normal circular turning as well. And the other thing I can do is, I think this isn't very visible on here, you think there's midpoints to these, so I can go 3 15-degree segments, and then on the corners, if you like to call this a corner, I can have, so that's the 7.5-degree segmenting angle to give a 15-degree included angle. But on the other end I go with the 20-degree segmented angle, so this is an asymmetric piece on this corner, and on all the corners there'll be a asymmetric piece, and then you end up with 2 40-degree pieces, 2 half and half, and 3 15 degrees. So 6 15 degrees, 4 40 degrees, and 4 these asymmetric pieces, and that will stagger the joints, so it would be like that brickwork pattern, you know, that the joints are staggered halfway through each other. That's another way of breaking up those straight lines and doing something that might be a bit more aesthetically pleasing. So hopefully this explains, this diagram should explain it better than in the last video, because you can see the segments, you know, making up the oval. Anyway, that's it for now. I'm really enjoying the oval turning. The chuck's working great. A couple of little fettles I've got to do on it really to get it perfect, but it's working. The bearings don't get hot. They get warm, quite warm, but not hot. And everything's still dead nice and tight, apart from that one little tiny wobble, and that's in the drawbar. I just need to reduce one little bit of metal to make it pull tighter, and good to go. It gets quite enjoyable once you're over the initial nerves of not knowing what you're kind of doing. Thanks for watching.